fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today to continue the kit up of my Heaven and Earth design. And I have lots of thoughts, and so did you guys, so I'm gonna jump in to finish kitting this up, or at least continue kitting it up, and we'll talk about the things that I thought of, I learned, that you guys shared, and so on. Where I left off on my little sheet here, and somebody asked me where I got this sheet, at least I'm assuming that's what they meant. You get with your canvas this printed paper. You get the stickers that they print out for all of the symbols, and it has a little block of color so you know what color the drills are supposed to be, and then the DMC. And then they print out this usage summary, which, if you were doing a cross stitch project, would tell you how many full stitches, half stitches, quarter stitches, etc. Because this is a diamond painting conversion, everything will be essentially a full stitch or a full square. So that's all that gets filled out. And you have your DMC codes, and you have your color box here, and then you have how many drills of each color that you need. Now, I had some questions about one of the colors, but I'm going to get into that. Let me get started here kitting some of these up, and then I'll talk about it. The other thing, someone mentioned that my little scale here has a tear button, which means essentially if I put this on it and my tray weighs 20, I can then hit tear and it will zero it out, and now I can just measure the actual weight of the drills. I knew I could do that, I just forgot. So, and 20 didn't seem like it. If it had been a weird number like 19 or something, then I might have worried about it. And I think once I take it off, I have to zero it out every time. So we'll see how many times I remember to do that. Okay, just once again, my tray. I have my half teaspoon here. A half teaspoon of drills is supposed to equal approximately 200 drills, which is 1 gram. So let me get started where I left off, and then I'll talk about other things while I'm working. So I left off with 610. I've already made some of my stickers here so that I can do that, and I will put them on the little bag here. I need 1,010 drills. Now, 1,000 drills is supposed to be 5 grams. So let's see if I have 5 grams of drills in 610, because I'm not sure if I do. Ooh, I have just 5. I'm going to call that good. 1,010. Maybe that's short, but I'm going to call it good. Might be short 10 drills, I don't know, but I'm going to call that good. Somebody else actually wondered too if I was going to go back afterwards and count how many or how much less my boxes weighed once I was done. I didn't weigh them beforehand, so I don't know how much they will be less. I guess I could weigh the drills that I kitted up and see how much less that is, but anyway. All right, my next one is 632, and I need 1,262 drills. I bet I'm going to be short. So again, 1,000 drills is 5 grams, and then 200 is 1. So 100 is half a gram. So if I have 6.5 grams, I should be good. Let's see if this is 6.5 grams, because these are all that I have. It is 6. I'm going to call this good too, because it's an approximation, and I don't know without literally counting out every single drill whether it's going to be enough or not. And someone said they would be very annoyed to get a donated kit that either A, did not have the drills with it, which I understand, or B, to get one that had drills that were not all the same color. And I suppose I can understand that, but these are very confetti heavy kits. And in my experience, when you do a very confetti heavy kit, you can take drills that are not quite the same die lot, put them, as long as they're separated on the canvas, they're close enough, it doesn't matter. All right, so for 640, I need 391. So essentially 400. So if I do 2 grams, do I have 2 grams? Well, that's 3 grams. So that should be over 500. That should be plenty. And I just spilled them everywhere, because of course I did. I guess I kind of looked at it as, if somebody's getting a kit for free, yes, I can understand if you can't afford a kit, not being able to afford drills. That I do get. However, as someone reminded me, there are groups on Facebook of people who have extra drills and are willing to ship them out to people who want them or need them. So you could possibly contact those groups to get something like that. I actually went back when I first bought these kits. I actually went back and looked at, because I had sent, I've already forgot if it was Diamond Drills USA or somebody else, but I sent the information to that company and said, hey, I've purchased these 3 canvases from Heaven and Earth. Could you give me a quote for the drills, what I would need, and how much it would cost me to buy them from you? And they send you back an email that tells you the total number of drills that you're going to need, how much weight that is, and then they sell you the drills according to the weight. They estimate the weight and then say, well, it'll cost you this much. And there was a discount because it would be considered a bulk purchase of drills. So if you ever had a canvas that didn't have drills, you could get some of them doing it that way as well. I'm looking for DMC 694 and I'm like, there's no 694. Yeah, that's because I need DMC 676. Okay, and I need 694, so 700, that's going to be 4 grams, we'll call it. And this is again one that has a mixed dye lot in there, but it's hard to tell, but I'm going to put extra in there. So that was my thing about people who were complaining that the dye lots not matching would be a problem. I really don't think they would be. But I can see how if you're not somebody who's done a lot of drills that you would think it would be a big deal. I don't think it will be. So that's that one. It would be interesting to see, now I've got to zero it out again. It would be interesting to see what the weight of all of these drills is after I get everything kitted up. I'm going to put this last sticker on because it's the last one on that sheet. Then I can get rid of that sheet. I need 721, I only need 94 drills. So that's half a gram, which I can't measure on here, so I'll just put in 1. Oh, see, that's 2, so that's plenty. I also had lots of people asking me about my storage box here for my spare drills. This basic system is the same as anyone else's. It's little tab dividers with bags of storage. And I told you I went from these that I think are like 2x4 to 3.5 by 4, and these are all 4 mil. I started out with 2 mil bags and I did not like them. And I do have a video on how I made all of these, so I will try to remember to stick something up there in the corner to show you guys or to link so that you guys can go check it out. Okay, I think that's way more than I needed for this color, but I don't mind getting rid of some spares. That's what I was saving them for, right? And if I have extras left over, or if the person that I donate this to has extras left over, that's okay. DMC 729, I need almost 1,000, so we're going to say 4 grams. Okay, so that's 3. Is that enough? 500 is 2.5. I don't know. I'm going to call that good enough. And I had lots of you telling me that after going to all of the work to kit this all up, I should keep it myself, and maybe that's true, and maybe that's what I'll end up doing. I don't know yet. But since this is one of my oldest kits, I did want to go ahead and kit it up, even if I was going to donate it. Okay, so 732, I only need 225. No, 732, I need 28. I'm going to get off here if I'm not paying attention. 732, I only need 28 drills. So I'm going to do a scant half teaspoon, because that should be, a teaspoon should be 200. And that says 1 gram, so that should be more than enough. If I do end up doing this one, I wanted to have it kitted up, and I knew it was going to be a lot of work. So I decided that I was going to go ahead and do this regardless, just because if I decide after kitting it up and doing all of this that I don't want to work on it, I still had content for the channel, so it's all good. And if I do end up keeping it for myself, then it's still all good. Okay, so this one says 225. So that says 2 grams, but I'm going to add another because as you can see, this is kind of a mixed dye lot. So you're getting double the amount of drills, which should take care of the dye lot problem. Somebody else suggested to me that they have donated to like fundraisers, which might be an idea for kits that they hadn't done, something I hadn't thought of. So yeah, like I said, lots of you had thoughts and were undecided what I should do. Okay, I need 422, so I'm going to do 2.5 grams, or probably 3 since I can't do 2.5. Okay, so that's 3 grams. And you guys can check out, like I said, the video where I made my own storage here. I used a box that I bought at Hobby Lobby. I bought the plastic bags on Amazon. I bought the little dividers on Amazon, and I used my cutting machine to the row dividers I brought on Amazon. I used my cutting machine to make the stickers with all the DMC numbers and to cut out all the tab dividers because I cut them out of cardstock. So if you don't have a cutting machine or something like that, you could find, I think somebody told me they were using like baseball card or like collector card storage options. I tried using one of the baseball cards ones once and I just didn't like it. I didn't like the size of it. I didn't think it had enough room for what I wanted to do. So, all right, 744. I need 258 drills. So we're going to say 2 grams, which is probably more than I need. And like I said, with this one, I'm okay if I'm putting more in here than I actually need. If I give it away, I'm cool with that and being down those spare drills. And if I end up not giving it away, then they'll probably just go back in my spare storage anyway. So not a big deal to me either way. Someone also suggested that if I had one of those inner boxes from the newer DAC kits, that I could store my drills in that, in these bags that I'm using to kit up, which would have been a terrific idea. And I had one, except it sat around here for like 2 months and I went, I haven't used this, I'm going to get rid of it. And it went in recycling and went away. All right, 745, I need 678. So we're going to say 4 grams. Okay, so I needed to empty that bag out, which again is fine. Maybe there's enough drills, maybe there isn't. And the last sticker I have prepared is 754. I'm going to write a couple more, and that will basically get me through the first page, except for the very first number. And I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so for 754, I need 1,500 drills, which would be 7, almost 8 grams. I bet I don't have that many. Maybe I do. Well, look at that. I have 10. Definitely can mark that as I have 1,500 because 10 grams is 3,000. So that's almost double what I need. But there is a couple of different colors in there. So either I'll have leftovers or it's all good. Okay, 760. I need 432. Which would be 2.5 grams. Ooh, 760. I have none. So I need 432 of 760. So that one definitely needs to get put aside because I have none of those drills. That's the first time that has happened. And one of the things I'm also considering is I told you guys that I have the other Heaven and Earth that I still have kitted up. I know I'm short on some of the colors, but I'm wondering if some of the colors I'm short for this canvas I actually have in that canvas, and maybe I can fill in what I'm missing from there to here. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, this color, 779, I need almost 3,000 drills. Do I have that many? I've got quite a few. Let's see, 3,000 is 10 grams. Do I have 10 grams? I have 11 grams, which seems like probably enough because 10 grams is 3,000. There are a couple of different colors mixed in there, but again, because these kits are typically so confetti heavy, and once you start putting them on the canvas, you'll never be able to tell. Okay, so I've got that one. And then 780, I need 44 drills. So 780, if I just do one scoop, one scant scoop, I should have enough. Because I don't even need 200, I need way less than that. Now, you guys might have noticed that when we first started this process, when I first started this process, I had DMC number 1. So I had gone to the Heaven and Earth website and they had a note basically on somewhere on their website that listed drills of 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 35. And it gave substitutions for the drill number colors. So number 1 I thought was supposed to be 762. However, one of my eagle-eyed subscribers noticed that those numbers are 01, 02, and so on. Everything is 2-digit. And those are new numbers that DMC added when they added some new floss colors. So instead of using the 762, which is like a very light gray color, this is supposed to be white. So then we got to talking and I said, okay, well, 5200 is listed as winter white. And I thought maybe it would be too stark because in this particular kit, it's a lots of beiges and browns and things like that. And so we were discussing that rather than the 5200, I should use 3865. However, in reading the rest of this note, it says if you have trouble finding DMC color 032 or 1, just the singular one, not 01, it can be replaced with DMC color Blanc 5200 or AB 5200. Please note that DMC 01 and 032 are different than DMC 1 and DMC 32. It appears that I should actually replace this with 5200, which I think is going to be too stark, but I'm going to leave it till the very end because maybe that's what it should be, but I don't know if I'm going to like that. And since this is a kit where I'm getting to pick the drills and stuff, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put little stars here beside the two colors that I haven't done. This one because I had none of, and this one because I haven't done yet. So now that means I'm done with the first page here and I can move on to page number 2, or at least as done as I'm going to get. So then I can move on to the next set of stickers here. So let me make some more stickers here. Okay, and it feels like I should be getting close to being done because I'm already in the 800s. But again, these kits have so many colors because they're cross-stitch conversions that the amount of colors is sometimes insane. I haven't counted up how many colors are in this one, but I will try to remember to do that at the end of the process. So 782, I need 300 drills. So I'm just going to do 2 grams. Oops, let me turn this back on. So that says 2. And that says 3. And that should be plenty. 3 grams should be, well, over 500 drills. So that should definitely be plenty. Okay, 782. So I've got all of those drills. 783, again, I need 300 drills. 783. So I'm going to do, again, a scoop and a half. See, that says 4, and I feel like I scooped less out of there than I did the previous one. And these drills are just ones that I've collected from all different places. As you can see, not only do I not keep my die lots separate, I do not keep makers separate. So some of these could be Diamond Art Club, some could be Dreamer Designs, some could be budget companies. I just put them all together. So some of them may be heavier than others. I don't know. Okay, 801, I need 573. So we're going to say 3.5 to 4 grams. Probably just 4 to be on the safe side. I am feeling good about the number of drills that I'm bagging up and getting out of my spare drill storage. Whether that's going to be enough to let me put everything in one box like I want to when I get finished remains to be seen. All right, 814. I only need 70 drills, so that's less than a scoop. Ooh, I have a lot of these. So a scant scoop here. 70 drills. I don't know how long it's going to take me to complete this whole process either. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to have enough of this size bags to finish everything that I want to do, or if I'm going to have to use some of my extra bigger bags to finish this one. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't count the number of colors before I started. I probably should have, but I didn't. Okay, so I need only 42. So again, a scant. I was also thinking about when I sit down, because I would like to do some of the Forever Young blanks, the pattern blanks that I got, using up some of my spare drills. And maybe I just want to sit down and kind of go through and see what colors do I have the most of that I could use in some of those patterns. Okay, 817, I only need 17 drills. I definitely have more than that. So another scant teaspoon. Hubby and I have been watching the Olympics, trying to keep up with everything that's going on. I've been watching curling. I don't understand really how the game is played, other than I get that whoever is in the middle, closest to the middle, is the one who wins. But I don't understand a lot of the rules and how it gets played, or any of the strategy. All right, now I need DMC 829. How many do I need? 85. So we'll do a scoop for this. We were watching the mixed pairs curling and the men's and women's curling. I've been watching figure skating and ice dancing. My mom used to love watching those when I was a kid. I'm not so much into the skiing and everything. I did watch a couple of the biathlons. Those people are crazy. 833. Okay, I need 1,091. So 1,000 is 5 grams. Let's see how many I have in here. 833. I only have 3 grams, which is roughly around 700. So I have 3 grams, and I still need 391, we'll say. Okay, that's the first one I've been, well, I guess the second technically, because the other one I didn't have any. I was going to say it's the first one I've been short today, but that's not true. All right, 834, I need 489, which is essentially 500, so 2.5 grams, 834. And I'm still in the first box. I haven't even made it over to the second box yet. So that's 3 grams. How much did I need? 489. I'm going to put 4 because this is a mixed dye lot as well. Oh, that ended up being 5. That's okay. Then 838. I need 1,172. Do I have enough of 838? So 1,000 is 5 grams. So I need at least 6. Oh, that's 8. So I have plenty. Okay. I thought I would, because I know that's a color that gets used a lot, but you never know. Also, if it's a color that was going to be in the other Heaven and Earth that I have, maybe I wouldn't have enough for here. Keep thinking that's a drill, but it's just a bubble in the top of the... All right, 838 had all of those. Okay, so 840, I need 1,086. These are all colors in a row here. So these must be all the dark colors, like of her hair and stuff. Or maybe the background. So I need 6 grams. There's 6 grams. Okay, so there's 840. All right, 841, I need 1166, and I do not have any 841. All right, so that can go up there with the other one. So I'm going to put a star right here because I don't have that. I need 1166. Then 842, I need 492. Ooh, pretty sure, well, maybe. 500 is 2.5 grams. So let's see. How much do I have? Well, I've got 2 grams. So maybe that's going to be enough. 492. All right, and then 869. I need 116. So that's just 1 scoop. This has been a lot of browns today. 116 and DMC 900. So this is probably going to be a good place to stop because I hit the 900s. How many do I need here? 54. So a scant half a teaspoon. For some reason I was expecting 900 to be green, but I think that's 902. So there's that one. So that leaves me at 902. and I'm third of the way down my second page. The third page is not a full page. It's about as far as I got today. So maybe another session will get me through everything, but I think that's where I'm going to stop for today. I have quite a few bags, which let me move all this stuff around and get everything put back together, and I'll be right back. So you can see here, these are the two colors that I didn't have any of. So I can either wait until I complete some square kits and see if I end up with extras, or I can go to my other Heaven and Earth kit that I have sort of kitted up and see if I have these colors in it that maybe I can steal from. And then I have all of these that I finished up today. You can see that some of them do have mixed colors in them, which I should have put extra in there for the ones that have mixed colors, so that should be plenty, so I should be good to go. I've gotten a third of this page done, so I just have this, the rest of the second page, and then this short third page to go. I did finish everything on the first page except for the DMC number 1, and I need to figure out whether I'm going to use 5200 or I'm going to use 3865. And I don't know how well this is going to show on camera, but 5200, like I said, is supposed to be like a winter white. It's more like a true white, whereas 3865 is more of kind of an off-white, a crew, whatever you want to call it, but just not a stark white. And what I'm afraid of is that everything else in here is kind of that, in that beige family, that if I introduce something this stark white, it's going to look weird. I suppose I could just kit it up and see. I only need 296 drills, so I probably have enough in both colors, even though I have way more of this than this, to do the kit, but I just kind of, my gut feels like this is going to be a better color than this one. But I'm not an artist, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just include both of them, and then I have the option, if I complete it, to do whatever, and if I donate it, then they have some spare drills. Thank you so much to everybody for your feedback on the previous kit up session of this. I think another couple of these sessions and I will have it done. Whether I actually video all of those, I don't know. I may just do some of this and then do a third video on the finish of it, and here's what I managed to cobble together. I have enough drills or I don't, and how many drills I'm short if I end up being short, if I can't source enough drills from my spares and other kits. That means, though, that I also need to finish some other things. So I am still working on Sleepy Time, although I am making some nice progress because I've been working on it while we watch the Olympics. So I have gotten some good diamond painting sessions in on it. Hopefully I can get it done by the end of the month. Ideally, I would like to have it done in enough time that I could also do my Aquarius teacup. I don't know if that's a doable goal, given how slowly I seem to be working on it. I mean, maybe if I gave myself like a week where I did nothing but diamond painting all day, maybe I would make it. I don't know. But I made a lot of progress last weekend that I wasn't expecting, and I'm going to have this weekend coming to work on it as well. So maybe I'll get through it. Who knows? If you guys have any thoughts on whether or not I need to use the 5200 or the 3865, leave me a comment down below. Like I said, their note says I should use the stark white, the snow white, but that just seems like it's going to be too stark given kind of the muted palette of the original image. And hopefully I will have remembered to stick it in here somewhere so you guys can see the original image. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.